Hello and welcome to Top Sim. My name is William Lebowski. Today we are doing something definitely different than we've ever really done before, and it's not something I really have any experience in my off time doing either, and that is doing some NASCAR or stock car oval racing. And it was something... It was a fun change of pace, just the different style of racing. But man, I had to race in the rookie. It was my only option to race in the rookie licensed series because this is my first foray into oval racing in iRacing, and man, I do not miss racing with low class races. I've gotten my road license up to a class C, and in the class C license there's enough to do where I never feel like I need to dip down into any of the lower tiered race options or race series. So going into this rookie battle really killed me, and I'll be honest, I don't mean to spoil the whole race here, but I should have been able to win this race. Well, actually, now, okay. Let me look back. Let me rephrase that. I should have been able to do better than this race, and I did pretty well. So it seems like if all of the bad things, like we've already seen me get rear-ended in the first lap or one of the first 3 laps, and boom, I get hit again, big time. So if those two things, just those two things alone, didn't happen, I'd be that much further up the road. Anyway, this guy does at least do the gentlemanly thing after doing the asshole thing and gives me my position back when he could have let his car stay in front of me. But we were able to dump him. No big deal. But I don't mean dump him like he dumped me. We were able to get out of the situation and leave him in the rearview mirror. We've left him in the dust, not dumped him. But there's another pass. We find ourselves now in the top 3, 6 seconds away from both first and second place, 6.3, 6.5, wherever we want to call it. But things are moving along slowly but surely. I haven't spun out myself other than when I've been hit, and that is a trend that continues the whole race, and all of a sudden we see second place. It's Jeff Gordon here. I think there are 2 Jeff Gordons in this race, but here we have Jeff Gordon coming in from spinning out, and we're able to make a pass on him, but it just isn't able to stick. So now we get to race Jeff Gordon for a little bit. But this was a fun change of pace. Being in these old school cars was fun as well because it's a huge change into what I'm normally driving. All of the road cars, for the most part, and even the ones that aren't the top of the line cars, are still very modern in their systems and in their interface. And this is it's interesting to go into the oval series and then actually be in an old school car instead of just a low powered version of the modern one, so to say. Or whether it be, all of a sudden you get your D license really quickly out of rookie, and you're racing GT3s in the Ferrari fixed. So right away you're moving into super fast cars and super new cars. And here we get hit again for the 3rd time, get taken out. Do not miss that. And so we have Brian and Callahan, the 2 guys who have taken me out so far in this race, are now ahead of me in 2nd and 3rd. Just so frustrating. And that's only a result of rookie racing. I did make this one rage-induced video. I think it's even called like iRacing Rage, my last game of iRacing ever, and I guess I was wrong about that, because here we have iRacing on the channel, and I've spent some time playing it again, but so we were wrong about that. I think someone in the comments called it too. I think one person said, yeah, right, that was the whole comment. But here we are halfway through the race. But so my complaint about iRacing was mainly because I was in a USF 2000, which is a D-class car, and it is filled with newer drivers, of course. So I was having problems with that and lower I rating. So just being in lower splits in lower licensed series, and that is true. The further away you get from that, the better the experience as it is for iRacing. But it's just so interesting how they want your first foray into their product, into their sim, as being like the worst it gets. It's interesting how that works, and like the more time and money you spend, the better your iRacing experience gets. which is really interesting. But speaking of good experiences, here we are in the final 10 laps, and we're battling Brian, which I believe is the guy that took us out for the third time. It came across my mind several times to dump this guy, to just plow into the back of him, bump and run, like he did to me, and take second place, and then just focus on, as first place is entering turn one now, it just seems like bump and run, and then focus on first place, get yourself into a potential win. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it, mainly because of I didn't want any kind of report on my account. I didn't want to get any kind of membership ban or something like that for a period of time. Over something so stupid. And I also remember how crappy it made me feel, and I didn't want to do that to someone else knowingly. It was weird that my rage didn't work like that. So yeah, that's actually one thing I'm actually specifically trying to practice when it comes to my sim racing, and I guess when it comes to life as well, but it is my patience. And I think that this was a better test or a better result of having improved patience than what I would have preferred to have done, which would have been so easy to take this guy out, especially since it's a guy that has already taken me out specifically. And first place is still coming down, as we're not going side by side or anything like that, but so I was just saying, with iRacing in the lower levels, this is a rookie oval series, that we've seen that my poor experience, but now all of a sudden for the last 10 laps of this race, I'm having an awesome battle with this guy. It's really close. We're both on the line, varying off the line at different points. We're coming together, we're getting close, we're getting a little further, getting a little closer. So it's really exciting as this battle waxes and wanes. We have a little bit of a different technique when it comes to corner entry. I think I'm slightly using the brakes, and I don't think he's using them at all. But this lapped car, another Jeff Gordon, who spins himself out, makes contact with me, really frustrating, broke us apart. But then again, like I was just saying, it's one of those things that made it really exciting. Bradley here is going to move out of the way, luckily in the corner. Really appreciative of that. Thank you very much, sir. But overall, this was a fun experience. I have not done any oval racing since this race, so it hasn't really sucked me in, but that is definitely just a product of it being a rookie class, and I haven't wanted to commit myself to it. But I've also stayed off iRacing. Actually, the other day, earlier this week, my iRacing membership expired, and I have yet to purchase a new one. So I've been about a week now with no iRacing. And so it's just interesting. It's like, yeah, pay to race again. And it's like, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know how high it is on my priority list right now. I think even buying, for sure, buying F122 is ahead on that list. So it'll be interesting when I feel the need to get back to iRacing. I was going to go do a road to a win in ovals, but like I said, membership removed. But the whole reason I tried it out was, of course, you want to try something new. You want to try something fun. But beyond that, I didn't have any of the content for any car that I owned, whatever series that car was at. I didn't own the track. I didn't feel like, actually, I did do a couple rookie MX-5, and I think even the advanced series in Class C was at a different track that I didn't own potentially. Maybe it was off time, or I don't know what it was, but I tried out a rookie MX-5, and it was just a painful, awful experience of dealing with people punting and not braking for corners and all of the sort, just ruining the experience for everybody else. And so I didn't want to do that. I didn't have any of the content, and so it was just time to try something else, obviously. So it was an obvious time to check out oval racing. Here we go, the final 2 laps here. I end up pushing a little bit too hard, and you can see my car move off the apex right in the center of the corner, or not quite make it all the way, or in cases when I do, or like right here, missed it big. I feel like I had one opportunity, and when I went back and looked at our lap times after the race, he was faster right here. So to his credit, he did something real shitty by taking me out, but he did deserve, if we were looking at these as isolated incidents, he deserved this position. He was running just barely faster than me, and there was my opportunity. I really thought about taking him out right there. in front of the other guy that also took me out, but I didn't. But that's the video. Let me know what you guys think of oval racing and iRacing, especially if you're mainly a road guy. But just curious what you guys think about oval racing in general, especially after seeing it from this perspective, because it did change mine a little bit. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again soon.